X-Men Dark Phoenix, written and directed by Simon Kinberg in his directorial debut, and this film tells a story, one of the most hotly anticipated stories in the X-Men universe, the Dark Phoenix. And in this film, we see the X-Men go into space to help rescue some astronauts who are in danger, and we see Jean Grae come into contact with a cosmic force which turns her into the formidable force known as the Phoenix. We see that she cannot control her anger and her emotions, and she becomes a deadly threat. The X-Men want to try and help her, whilst Jessica Chastain, who plays the villain in this film, wants to try and absorb her powers. 2006, X-Men The Last Stand pretty much touched on the Phoenix saga, but it wasn't a well-received film. So 13 years later, I hoped, okay, are they going to give us an X-Men Phoenix story that we all will enjoy and that will basically give the character the credit that it deserves? And X-Men Dark Phoenix has undergone some production problems. It was meant to be released last year, but it wasn't. It was pushed back. There was some reshoot. Having seen this film, I can say that it's not as bad as everybody says it is. But having said that, it's not a great film either. It is a slight improvement over X-Men Apocalypse, which for me I felt was a disappointment, considering that after how First Class and Days of Future Past just set the bar so high. My problem with this film was it was just so lackluster and uninteresting. And the fact that we'd seen this story before, I thought, okay, what are you going to give us that is new? And they really didn't give us anything that was new or entertaining. It just felt bland in certain areas. Performance-wise, I thought everybody did a great job. Jessica Chastain, Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy, they were all on top form. And I found them all to be more engaging and more entertaining than Jean Grae's character. There are some really, really good action sequences. The finale sequence on a train I thought was great. And it was somewhat reminiscent of Captain Marvel. But when I saw that action sequence there, it was a little bit of too little, too late. And this film also, the visual effects in this film, I was like, what the hell were they doing? Because this film is set in the 90s, I don't know whether they went for a 90s feel with visual effects, but it does come across as stale. And it comes across as, okay, that looks like that was just done in someone's basement. It didn't look like it was done in a top visual effects studio. And another problem for me, Simon Kinberg, who directed this film, this was his first major directorial debut. Now, he has had writing credits on previous X-Men films like Days of Future Past and so forth. And I was hoping that he would have come up with a better Dark Phoenix story, but he didn't. And my problem, and for me, I felt that him directing this film was what David Goyer did for Blade Trinity, which was just a boring film. And I think that you can tell that it should have been put in the hands of a more capable director, someone who's got more experience, someone like a Bryan Singer, Matthew Vaughn, someone who could have handled the action sequences and the narrative of the storyline better. And because Disney has acquired Fox, this is meant to be the ending of this narrative in terms of the X-Men films. And for me, it's a damn shame that it ends on such a bum note. Purely because if you look at how the send-offs that they've given up for previous characters in the Marvel Universe, Logan, phenomenal ending. Avengers Endgame, phenomenal ending for two of the main characters in the film. This film was boring. And for me, it felt lackluster. And again, it just felt like a poor rehash of Last Stand. And again, there are a few bits in there that are quite enjoyable. One particular scene where there was a line that says, you know, we keep on saving the men all the time, so it should be called X-Women. As a, you know, raising a fist to like female empowerment. But other than that, there's a few jokes here and there, but not even that can save this film. So I'm going to give this film a strong 5 out of 10. Again, slight improvement over X-Men Apocalypse, but not the best in the franchise at all. So there we have it. That's my review of X-Men Dark Phoenix. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment with what is your favourite X-Men film, and I shall see you on the next film review.